Hi! So today we'll be reviewing the movie UFO and talking about spherical cows. So this video isn't going to be like most of those on Think Like a Physicist. Instead, we're going to give a quick review of the sci-fi movie UFO, which came out in September of 2018. The link for the trailer can be found in the description. We'll mention a few bits of math and science that occur in the movie, so if you consider math and science to possibly be spoilers, then you've been warned. First, we're going to start with a caveat. So this review is not coming from the perspective of someone who usually reviews movies, or sadly even from someone who watches that many movies, but instead from the perspective of a physicist. So we'll ignore all of the usual things like the movie's plot, the cinematography, the quality of the acting, etc. Instead, we'll talk about what is the most important part of any movie, and that's how physics problem solving is depicted. Now, UFO has some scenes where the main character makes some quick, back-of-the-envelope estimates to try to figure some things out. This is a skill that people with a physics education are typically pretty good at, and the movie portrayed it pretty well. Quick estimates of quantities usually require simplifying approximations, and a physics education gives experience in figuring out how to make them. Now, sometimes we refer to very simplified approximations as spherical cow approximations because they leave out a lot of details. So in the case of a cow, that might be the hooves, the tail, the legs, etc. But hopefully these approximations still capture the important features of the situation. And in case you ever wondered what that blobby thing on the channel logo was, well, it's a spherical cow. Okay, so that's all we'll say about spherical cows. Let's get back to the movie. So UFO also gets its science and math right at a far better rate than most science fiction movies. So in case you watched the movie and are wondering, I'll give a few examples. So yes, the fine structure constant really is a real thing. We usually call it alpha. It's a number, and it shows up in loads of calculations in particle physics. It's related to the charge of the electron, and it's approximately 1 over 137. And just like the movie says, we don't have a clue how to calculate it from first principles. Now, not only is the fine structure constant real, but UFO got its value, and astoundingly, got its error bar right. And its role in the film is also sensible. And also, there were some other smaller things that the movie also got right. That argument about differential equations largely did make sense, and yes, we do call them Diffie Qs. Also, those definitions of eigenvalues and eigenvectors were right, and yes, the statements about hydrogen were right. So the depictions of problem solving in UFO were pretty darn good, and the people behind UFO did much more of their homework on getting the math and science right than is typical for a science fiction movie. So in Think Like a Physicist's humble opinion, if that's something that's important to you, we'd suggest that you check this film out. Oh, and by the way, if you like these videos, it'd be great if you could hit the like button, subscribe, and pass this channel along to your friends. Thanks!